All right, welcome back everybody to Tales of Aria. This is episode 11. We are here with everybody. Guys, what did we do last time?
Uh, so last time not too much happened. We were basically dealing with the aftermath of that whole goblin mess that was thankfully sorted out via one of the wish spells that Finian had. And then once we finished that, we did ultimately decide to go to the cave that they had mentioned that was infested with kobolds. Once we got inside, um, there wasn't too much of interest until we ran into those aforementioned kobolds, who appear to be three wizards from their mythical kingdom, who are two of them are no longer with us. Um, After that, we just decided to return to town, and then honestly, we just handled a few extracurricular activities, and then ultimately called it for that day. And that's just about all we did.
I
That's about
believe
right.
I believe we ended the episode with us all going to bed, or am I wrong?
Well, technically we ended it off with you all partying, but we'll assume that you went to bed after.
I didn't hear if you had said it either, but Finian did use one of his wishes too.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a glorious wish.
That was pretty much it.
Thanos
Alright.
snap.
Well, so you all wake in the morning to the sun shining through your windows. And it seems like a beautiful day. You start to hear something outside. You hear a crowd forming. A crowd that's getting louder. Not louder in the sense of volume, but the amount of sound that's going on.
Are they like right outside?
Yep.
Alright, Baltimore's just gonna peek outside of his window real quick.
You peek outside, and you see that there's a crowd forming in the middle of the guild's row. And you see where they're coming from as well. As the small mages guild of your town has people pouring out of it.
Huh. Alright, is the mob like looking anywhere? Like, are they looking in the art building? Or...
Nope, they roll insight.
Okay. That's an 8.
Would we all be doing this, or is this just purely
If you're-
Baltimore?
If you're looking outside and trying to figure out what's going on.
Ordwin is.
Finion's kind of a light sleeper. He already did wake up to having a very interesting dream, so I am gonna also.
Ordwin didn't sleep well because he had a terrible date.
Well, Finian, you definitely know. Or then you kind of know. Hey, Slender, do you want me to roll for Hugh?
Yes, please.
Okay. Pulling up Hugh. Counting as Hugh. And then side. And Hugh doesn't know. So, Ordwin and Finian, you both can tell that the people are a bit frazzled. They're not an angry mob or anything. And Finian, you can tell that they've been running from something.
I didn't hear if you said they were going into town or they were running out of town, towards out of town.
Nope, they're pouring out of the Mages Guild into the town.
Oh.
Are these normal looking human beings, or are they of any...
They're completely normal.
Are
Well,
they
they're not
running
all
screaming,
humans.
or...
They're panicked. They're not running
Finian,
and screaming right now, but they are definitely panicked, and they're trying to get away from something.
Finian rubs the rest of the crust out of his eyes and takes a deep breath, kind of rolls his eyes, and then walks downstairs. Kind of bangs on each door very loudly for everyone who's sleeping. His way of telling people to get up, and then just... His sandals sound like flip-flops right now. Walking down the stairs.
Hotchmer's just
All
gonna,
right.
just don his armor, and then head down.
He'll stretches after seeing the huge commotion, and then opens up the door and walks downstairs.
All right.
Just a heads up, my dog might bark. That's why I wasn't saying anything. God, hold on.
Yep, there he is. Yeah, my dog might bark.
I'm gonna open up the door and start heading downstairs too.
Okay. So, you all head out, and yeah, the crowd is still pouring out, and they are starting to flood out into the market district.
How big is this Mages Guild?
I was very
It's
curious.
not that big.
Like, how many people are we seeing pouring out of this place? Like,
A good number.
Are they clowns?
No.
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it's like magical the teleportation circle in there, and it's probably like, I would guess an evacuation order or something akin to that, coming in from a different location.
Also, Harry Potter.
In a sense.
Okay. Hugh doesn't notice what's out there. So, okay.
so should I do that as well, or is that purely you?
I mean, if you want to. What are you wanting to look for?
Well,
Because for Hugh, there would have just been someone he recognized.
oh, never mind then. Maybe there's someone I recognize. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you would. I'm pretty sure you were there too. So, yeah, you see the priestess Alana from the church back in Norengrad.
I was about to say, isn't that Norengrad?
Yep.
Pinion squints.
So,
Wait,
what would you guys like to do?
Nuremberg, as in where we found Eliza and
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Would you have pointed her out to the rest of us, Finian?
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
guys, I'm back.
I'm full on squint and pointing. Semi
Alright, so
half
Hugh-
asleep still.
So Hugh, you also notice her, and the rest of you.
I know that. Sorry, my phone went out for a bit, so I didn't quite hear what happened.
You notice Alana in the crowd.
Refresher, who's Alana?
Alana
you mean
was
the
a
priestess
cleric.
of Muhammad?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, the one from the town?
Yeah.
The
Yep.
The
From
Norengrad
Norengrad.
priest. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
He,
So, I'll go for Hugh.
Hugh tries to like go through the crowd to try to get towards Alana.
You make your way through the crowd, pushing through the people as they continue to flood in, and you manage to get up to Alana.
Good. Hey, Ilana, what's going on?
Oh, oh, right. You're Hugh, right?
Yeah. Sorry, it's just this huge panic. Yeah, I'm Hugh, the guy who kept getting injured and coming by to get healed.
Well, Nurengrad is about to be attacked. Apparently, the scouts had been watching the borders, and they've noticed the troops are starting to move from Saren, and they're on their way to Nurengrad now.
Oh, that's right. We passed through that town, and a bunch of the people were like scattered around trying to get ready for it.
Yeah, and well, now since we have warning that they're on their way, the Mages Guild started to evacuate people, so that citizens aren't in the way.
So they came here? Is this the safest option?
This isn't the only place they're going.
Okay. Well, at least I'm glad that you got out.
Well, thank you.
Ooh.
Everyone with a passive perception of 10 or above. I mean, over 10. You see Finian trying to sneak away.
Why? As I look at Finian.
Finian just keeps walking.
He talks to Alana, tells her, "Hey, I gotta go. My kid's running away, but I hope everything's okay."
I didn't know you were married.
I mean, he's not my kid, but he's a kid that's adventures with that, and he likes to run off and chase butterflies.
Kid that adventure.
Ordwin
He's
sees
not right
him
in the head.
trying to sneak out, but just kind of shrugs.
So does anyone try to stop Finian?
Well, he returns back to the group after saying bye to Lana, but I don't think he really chases him.
Yeah, no, Baltimore's once again going to shout, Finian, where are you going?
Finian keeps walking.
Finian?
Ordwin's learned not to mess with Finian.
And coming from
Question
Hugh,
is, has
who
Baltimore-
also ran away, maybe he's trying to make an ambush and he's trying to wait for Baltimore so he can kill him too.
Oh, Baltimore's just going to sigh. Just let him go.
Alright. So, what are you three doing here while he's on his way somewhere else?
Baltimore, play the fiddle.
I guess we can kind of talk to the people and see where they're planning on staying, I guess.
I mean, I was telling Baltimore to play fiddle so he can help calm the crowd, like enchant them with his music.
I don't think that's how that works.
It might.
Would it work, DM? Mr. DM Man? Mr. Man DM?
You can attempt.
Do I have to, though?
You don't have to.
I guess, you know what Ordwin's gonna do?
What?
Ordwin's gonna seek out... Oh, gosh. I forget his name now. Oh, the dude,
Right, the dude.
Hey,
Dude, that is
hold
the
on.
thing.
I got it in my notes.
Ah, yes, the dude.
It's my favorite guy.
Yeah, that dude did the one thing and it was great.
Yeah, the guy with the one thing in the place with the stuff. Andrew Jenkins.
Okay.
I do need to find him, too.
Wasn't he the alcoholic, or am I thinking of the wrong guy?
He's in the tavern.
And he's the one with the 100 jobs.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Not Buckethead.
Yep.
You're thinking of Buckethead.
Wait, the guy who's writing about adventures?
Yeah.
The 100 dirty jobs, he wants to go look at them or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Now's probably not the best time to see him because the dirty job that I have to give him is in the city that's about to be attacked.
Well, now you can give him another one too. Getting attacked by another city. You're having to deal with like a fucking war band.
A horrible job right now would be a guard in Nuremberg.
Hey, another dirty job is orphaning a goblin.
That is also.
And about now, the market square here is pretty full of people. They've all flooded out of the guild row and into the market area. And there's no more people coming out of the Mages Guild.
Alright. Honestly, just to avoid the clutter, I think it's best if we all go back inside the Adventurers Guild for now.
Okay.
Agreed. I mean, unless you guys want to head to the buffet and eat something, get something to eat.
Oh. I would just already have been nomming on some bread when you say that.
He will remember that.
What?
Hey, Order, you want to go to the buffet and get some food while Baltimore eat his bird food?
Yeah, I'll go get food. We should get Ellie and Eliza as well before we go.
That is true. Yeah, where are they?
Sleeping
They're
in
still
the
at the
guild.
guild.
Yeah, they're probably still asleep.
So we'll head back there to get them, and then we'll head to there.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, right! Speaking of, did the Goblin ever come back?
No.
That's probably where Finian's off to go do.
So,
Oh no.
back with Finian. You make it to the abandoned farmhouse.
Finian peers inside.
Doesn't seem to be anyone there.
Wait, is he trying to find Buckethead?
Finian
And
squints.
you hear a voice saying, "Please, step inside."
Finian crosses his arms and squints.
If I was going to kill you, I would have done it already.
Finian rolls his eyes, shrugs, and steps inside.
You step inside, and the doors to the barn house close. And you see a woman standing there. Specifically, a halfling woman. You haven't really seen a lot of halflings around here. Most of them are back in the homeland. Roll religion. Advantage since you're a halfling.
Ooh.
There is a reason for that.
Press it? Oh. We go
Yeah,
with the
no,
first.
14. Okay. She looks familiar, but you can't quite place her.
Finian's been on the road for quite a bit.
But, not only is it a woman, a halfling woman in dark robes, it's also kind of hard to make out her features. And as it's all covered in a shadowy mist. And she walks up to you and places a finger on your forehead.
Oh, Finny about to get lucky.
You can speak to me in my mind now.
It might be his mom.
Oh, finally. So, what's going on?
What's going on? Said I've been watching you. She
Yes.
runs her hand onto your shoulder and as she walks around you. Yes, I've been watching all of your deeds and I'm intrigued.
Well, it has
all
been
the
an interesting
all the
time.
thievery, all the lies that you've helped propagate, and even the entrapment of that goblin.
Not really lies. They're kind of false truths.
Yes, half-truth. But these are the exact reasons why I'm intrigued with you. Do you know who I am?
You look familiar? Have we been in a bar before? I don't really recall.
No. But you are a halfling, and only other halflings have been allowed to know.
Yes?
She walks around to the front of you. Dolathon. And
Shit.
you can make that religion roll again with advantage.
Oh, I'm gonna screw the pooch on this one. And it's loading.
You still have no idea.
Remind me again? It's been a few drinks.
She rolls
Since
her
those
eyes. The other half of your people's goddess, Yondala. Your patron deity. The halfling goddess of trickery, you could say.
So you're the fun sister.
I like to think so. She doesn't think as much, but we have mutual respect. One cannot be without the other, you know?
Very true. So what would you like from me? Ask me in this barnyard.
Perceptive as I thought you would be. Yes, I didn't just call you here to congratulate you on your current situation. I have a favor to ask of you. Something that I know would show your loyalty to your pantheon and make your people proud.
What would you have me do?
There is a gem. It is going to be auctioned off. And, well, whether it's before or after it's been auctioned, I need you to take it.
What's
Take
a more
it
fun
and
option?
bring it to me. Oh, you do not see this as fun?
No, what's a more fun option? Before or after?
Before, you have quite a bit more guard, and it's more likely to be public. The second option, you'll have less guard, but it'll be in the hands of a noble. Whichever one
Still.
sounds more fun to you.
Where exactly is this gem?
It is currently being held in the auction house here in your own town.
Auction house, you say? I don't think
Yes.
I've been near there yet.
Not a lot of people go there unless you have a fair amount of wealth. Now, oh, right, I have one other bit of information for you. And it's not about the gem. G gets close to you. That wish you made. I may have held back something from it.
Oh yeah?
And, well, I won't do it again. But I held it back simply because I find it amusing.
I'm glad I could be of service. It is quite humorous, and let's face it, I got a new friend out of it.
Oh, yes. The torment you put him through. Great.
Be honest, is it really torment if he knows?
Oh, but he doesn't. You haven't told him, have you?
I don't speak.
You haven't let him know in any way.
I wouldn't think so.
There is lies by omission as well. But you have your task, and you know the rules in your pantheon. Tell no other halfling of me. And she rubs her hand against your chin as she begins to walk off. And disappears into the shadow.
Fantastic.
So, back with the others.
How do you spell her name or write her name?
I'll send it.
Do you want to just start us off like already in the
Yeah, you
buffet?
guys are having a merry time in the buffet, but there's a lot more people than normal there.
As,
Everything is crowded.
as Baltimore's biting into some bread, you just hear him say, "So what's shish about a man turning himself into a pickle ornament?" Sounds like the funniest shit you ever heard.
It was an old friend of mine named Rick.
What, did they call him Pickle Rick?
It did.
It's a hell of a story.
A rather rotund man next to you leans over and says, "You know, they should have called him Rickle." He goes back to eating his turkey leg.
Yeah, that's a good point. They should have called him Prickle. But
Oh my god.
you okay?
Dude, that came out of nowhere.
I know.
You gotta be quick on the feet, man. Alright. And we'll say that all this moment of merriment is around the time where Finian gets back to the to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of
As
figured
he's
that
been
out. You were at the
squeezing
buffet.
himself as he's been squeezing himself through all the crowds.
Would it really be squeezing? I can go through most of their legs.
Some people
Well,
have
yeah,
very
there's
short
also-
legs.
There's also children, really big people, halflings and gnomes.
We got anybody wearing kilts? Cause
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't want to go. I'm pretty sure you don't want to go between kids.
yeah, it's very dangerous terrain, Finian, you know?
Yes.
Finian doesn't care. He just wants to be with his friends.
Yes, you walked under someone with a kilt.
Oh,
Uh-oh, hope you didn't order.
It's up to you if you looked up.
Finian was dead set, just straight looking forward.
He didn't have to look up. He just looked forward and it was there.
Oh jeez.
okay, hold on. Let's take a step back. What?
It was an old man with a kilt.
Okay.
Ordwin will kind of stand up and, well, I wouldn't have seen him, so I'm not going to do anything, actually. I was going to say I saw him coming in and I waved him over, but I probably wouldn't see him, so I'll just sit there.
Yep.
I pretty much
You guys
show up
also
out
have-
of nowhere, and I'm sitting down with you guys, and you don't know where the heck I came from.
You guys also have less food than normal.
He takes a sip and he looks to his right, and all of a sudden he sees Finian. He's, oh, hey, Finian. Looks away. Look back. Holy shit.
Where have you been, friend?
Finian shrugs and takes a
perfect
drink.
Finian answer. Well, I see you didn't forget your cup.
Finian gives a... looks like he got hit by a frying pan, like, holds on to his cup.
All right.
I mean, I guess we'll be like, we're almost done eating here, so we're probably gonna head on back to the guild hall if you wanna grab yourself something to eat before we go.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea. Finion's gonna get some food. Checks if Lix is working. Gives a wave to Lix.
Booty call.
Wrong place.
I thought you said we were at the buffet.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
are?
Yeah,
Oh,
I said let's
yeah.
go to the
Okay.
buffet.
Yeah, you can't see her.
Oh boy.
The place is packed full.
Mm. Finion
And
goes
you
over
all
to the
have
buffet.
to speak louder for each other to hear.
That's perfect.
Well, one of you has to think louder.
Yeah. Alright.
All right.
But yeah, if we've already eaten, I think we're good to head back then.
Finion sits down and looks over at Ordwin.
I just nod back at him. Whoops.
All right. So, you're all standing up to head back to the guild then?
Finion goes,
Yes.
Finion goes down a ways and looks at Ordwin.
What'd you say, Finian? You cut out for me.
We're
Sorry.
telepathing right now. One sec.
Oh, okay.
You know, if only Roll20 let the DM actually see every whisper. I have to go to the stream to see that.
It's an invasion of privacy.
Ordwin's
Well, for
gonna,
something like
look
this, I
to
need it.
Baltimore and Hugh. Why don't you two head on back, and me and Finian are gonna head over and check on Charlie and make sure everything's hunky dory there.
Hugh shrugs and said, alright. And heads back to the guild.
Is this something you're not telling us?
Finian shrugs and motions with his hand. If they want to join, they can join. But
No, nothing. I'm not really telling you. It's just Charlie's kind of been alone for 2 days with a pendant around his neck, and I don't know how he's doing.
Who are you inciting, Baltimore?
I would have incited Ordwin in there, because he's the one that said they're gonna go check up on Charlie, which I don't doubt is true, but I feel like there's more. You know what I'm saying?
You should inside Finian because he might be telling you a lie.
What do I need to roll?
Are you lying about going to see Charlie?
Well, I mean, he rolled insight, so would I have to roll against it?
Well, yes. If
Well-
you're lying, you
Well,
rolled.
we all know I'm lying.
I wasn't going to
So-
say it.
He wouldn't have rolled insight if you. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Man,
They rolled
you are
perception for
that-
one.
you
Oh.
are a very bad bluffer.
Yeah, it's deception.
Oh, deception? Dadgummit. Hold on.
Go ahead and take your charisma. It's fine. Or if your
Okay.
deception's higher, you can just add a plus whatever that they might think it's to that. Okay, so it would have just been 18.
Either way, I got it.
Yeah, no.
All my good rolls are gone now.
Yeah. You can't get a read on him.
Baltimore just shrugs now and just says, "Well, all right. In that case, we'll go check in with Lewin, and then I'll probably, if we don't have any job today, I'll be playing my fiddle in the square. Why not?
Yeah, I'll probably just be taking a nap.
Yeah.
Actually-
Or actually, I think
If
Ellie
you
wants.
guys
Oh, go for it.
want to come with me to check on, and I'm gonna wink at Baltimore Charlie. You're more than welcome to check
So-
on Charlie.
Here's the bad news about passing that deception check. I believe you're gonna go check on that horse. I don't give a fuck about.
No, I'm checking on Charlie.
Hold on. Let me-
He's currently trying to give you obvious signs that he's not telling the
Oh
truth.
fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I think wisdom would have been a better roll, but whatever.
It's too late.
It's a nat 20 anyway.
Yeah. Or
I'm just saying I'm checking on... I'm gonna whisper Baltimore. I'm just gonna like use my
Yeah.
mind to tell Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to keep it on the down low so people around us don't hear since we're crowded.
yeah, when you do that, when you say I'm gonna go check on Charlie, wink, I'm just gonna tap my temple like mind link me if this is important.
Gotcha. So basically, there's some things that we need to do, and if you guys want to come, you're more than welcome to come.
I guess Baltimore would say back in his mind, are they above the law?
You know, in my mind speak. Let me find out how bad this is.
Okay.
Okay, while you do your telepathic communication, I will be right back.
Alright. I have to go use the restroom in a little bit as well here, so.
He was just confused because all of a sudden he hears a voice in his head.
It's just a little snatch and grab.
He
When
stops.
when you say when you say that, Baltimore's gonna sigh and just say, I'd rather have no part. I won't say anything, but
That's fine. That's okay, Balt. Ellie, Eliza.
We didn't even go get him yet.
Oh, I thought we brought him to the buffet from
Oh,
the guild hall.
yeah.
No, they're still sleeping. Well, oh wait, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, they're with us.
I mean, Ellie and Eliza are prone to this kind of work.
But they're also not allowed to do it anymore.
Ah,
They're on the up and up
Yeah,
now.
but it's a job.
It's on the up and up. Plus, this is fucking illegal.
Okay, well, he after hearing snatch and grab, he stops it for a moment and he turns around and he tries to put his arm over Ordwin's shoulders. And what did you say?
oh,
Damn
Hugh, I definitely think this is something you'd love to go do.
He said,
You're the stealthiest one of them all.
He whispers to Orwin, it's like, is it shiny?
Finian
want to
nods.
come.
Is it valuable?
Finian nods.
He looks at Baltimore and he waves at Baltimore. Have fun! I'm going to hang out with the guys. We're going to go check on Charlie.
Yes, we're going to check on Charlie.
Charlie!
Oh my fucking god. Alright. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Are Eliza and Ellie coming? You just ask them. I don't care anymore.
No, you should probably take them back and show them how to play your fiddle.
Okay.
Actually, Ellie did want sword lessons.
Yeah, I'll like help teach Ellie how to use that, or how to better use it like a dagger.
Yeah, give her a rubber dagger instead, so she doesn't accidentally stab you with a wooden knife.
A wooden knife is fine. You were using a straight fucking sword, though, Hugh.
Yeah, but she stabbed me with the wooden knife, and it still hurt.
It's fine. A little bit of pain's fine. It's like one.
Oh, that's what you're into. Okay.
Yeah, what? Okay, you all fucking have fun doing whatever the fuck it is. I'm leaving.
He motions Ellie to come towards him, real quick.
Don't worry, Baltimore. I will ensure Finian murders nobody.
He will like talks to Ellie, like whispers to Ellie, and he gives her a natural knife. And he winks at her.
What did
Ellie?
you whisper to her?
He whispers to Ellie, and he gets down to her level, and he like
Yeah,
Hey.
but what did you whisper?
it was like, hey, so he's gonna teach you how to play with swords. So here's a knife. He winks at her, and hopefully that she doesn't actually kill him, but have a little bit of fun.
You?
He was gonna pass her a knife while Finian's watching. Uh-oh.
If you're gonna try and do it discreetly, sleight of hand.
Yeah, there's about to be a tavern brawl.
Wait, I thought we were outside.
No, we were still in. Doing the mind link. We haven't left yet.
Well, I'm
But
giving a
still,
child a
if you're
knife.
trying to hide it from Baltimore, sleight of hand.
Nice roll.
Okay. And Baltimore, your passive perception is
14.
you don't notice.
Listen,
Where is
you
passive
all you
perception?
saw was
Top middle
Hugh
next
go
to initiative.
down. All you saw was Hugh go down to Ellie and whisper something to her.
you don't actually kill him, but give him a few scares.
A little poke.
A little poke
Uh,
here and a poke there.
You know, I wasn't gonna use this money for anything, but I think I'm gonna make a few fucking investments. Hale, don't fucking mind me today. I'm gonna go shopping.
Uh-oh.
All right,
Because
so
apparently I need to.
the Mercenaries Guild is somewhere in that direction.
On your way, check the notice board just in case.
I will. God damn. I didn't want to use any of this fucking money for anything, but apparently I'm gonna fucking need to for my own survival. This is actually bullshit.
Hugh is hired to kill you. We don't know if he's done yet.
I know,
You
which
could
is
be
why
getting-
I'm taking the extra precaution. Because apparently I need to.
Turns out Ellie is the highest ranking member in the Assassin's Guild.
I wouldn't doubt it. She's done more damage to me than he has.
Oh!
I can't deny that. That is the truth.
I'm sorry.
Finian holds up 2 fingers and then looks at Hugh.
But just to be fair, she was trying to kill you. He was a little bit hesitant because he didn't want to really kill his friend.
I know, and I know, and I appreciate
Plus,
it.
she used a knife. He used a poison bolt.
Yeah, and I know that, and I
It's more
appreciate.
effective. It's more effective if he shoots it.
Okay,
Oh my
I'm gonna.
God.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
All right. So
He also whispers to Ellie that, hey, if you want to, you can rub some sludge on the knife too.
Are you wanting me to kill him?
No. Just scare him. Like I don't know. Like run towards him with a knife and try to scare him or something.
How much you paying?
He like looks at Ellie. It's like, how much do you think I will pay you?
Give me 10 gold.
5,
8,
6.
7, and 5 silver.
He looks inside his pouch. It's like, huh? I have exactly 5 silver. Deal.
Yes, and I also said 7 gold. So
Damn.
you give her the 750.
He gives you the 750. He's not gonna like cheat her out.
All right.
Rogue to rogue. I just gotta pull out my calculator so I know how much I have left.
All right.
Don't actually kill him, but scare him.
All right.
Ordwin's
Finian's
gonna,
getting anxious.
yeah, Ordwin's gonna be like, all right, I'm head on back, Ellie, and he taps his shoulder for Finian, so it's easier to get through the crowd.
Finian just
Alright,
gets on
so-
top of Ordwin's shoulder.
And I just kind of like push through the crowd, just
Yeah,
moving people out of the
he
way.
follows Ordwin from behind, so he can use him as a plow.
Baltimore, Ellie, and Eliza go off in their own direction as you guys go in yours.
I just imagine walking. Also, we hear Baltimore scream in the distance.
So we should get a little name for our little 3-man club here.
He was like, "Well, I'm bad with names, so hey, Finian, help you come with a name."
Finian smirks.
Is there like a town map or anything like that?
I mean, we're looking at it right now.
No, I mean where we could,
Oh.
our people could go look.
Right.
Oh, there's one in the middle of the market at this place right here.
All right, we're gonna make our way over there then.
All right. You make your way over to the Market Square guard tower. and you take a look at the map that's posted on it.
And we're gonna be looking for the auction house.
Yep. You take a look, and yeah, it looks like the auction house is right here.
Finian points in that direction.
He looks at
And-
the map. Oh, sorry.
Finian looks down at Hugh and then at Ordwin and smiles.
He looks up at his very short friend, but he also swinks and smiles.
Well, I guess we head off that way. And just out of character, I don't know what's happening either. Still, all I know is Finian wants me to go. All right, so we'll make our way that way.
He just heard something about a shiny, very very valuable object, and he's somebody snatch and grab. That's all he heard, so he's coming along.
Oh crap! I just hit a button wrong. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Oh no! Don't knock self-destruct button.
So yeah, we will make our way towards the auction house.
All right. Just sent you a message, Ordwin. But anyways, you guys make your way to the auction house, and yeah, there's a number of people there. There's definitely a good amount of guards that are posted.
Can we count heads of how many guards there are?
On the outside that you guys can see, there's sec. Do this. There are 4 outside.
I'm gonna motion to Ordwin to look around. Is it only on this side that we're looking at? What about the back entrance? Is there a back entrance? I'm guessing so.
There probably is, but this is just the amount that's on the front side.
Is there a way you can climb up to the top?
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're doing yet.
He was a rogue. He works for the Thieves Guild. He knows about some stuff.
So I guess as we get there, I'll kind of look at Finian and be like, "So, what's the plan?" So I guess we're gonna head around to the back.
So I'm guessing we're gonna go up the road here and then down.
Or actually, Ordwin's gonna stop and say, "Finian, do you want someone to watch the front, and you two go to the back?"
Finian shakes his head no.
That's gonna look too
Okay.
suspicious if there's a giant guy just sitting in the front of the auction house.
Yeah, but that might bring the attention to me and give you guys a cleaner way in the back. Ah, okay.
That's gonna cause a huge lockdown.
So Ordwin's gonna get really low to Hugh and let him know we're just casing the place out right now.
Gotcha.
All right, so I guess we'll make our way around the back then.
Just planning the heist.
Oh, Therian.
Hello?
You see the chat that was made, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ordwin, you see the chat over
Yeah,
here?
I made it.
He made it. He
Okay.
made it.
Beautiful.
All right. So, what do you guys do?
So we're headed to the back to see what the guard system kind of looks like back there too. And is there boxes or boards? I'm guessing there has to be a way for people to bring in all the auction items. I'm guessing that would be coming through the back.
All right.
Is there
So-
like windows, etc.?
You guys walk yourself around the other buildings so you can look down the back alleyway. And yeah, you see 3 guards posted and some people carrying boxes.
What are the guards armed with?
The guards are all armed with a shield and a polearm.
Are the people that are carrying boxes, are they wearing any sort of uniform?
No, they're all just in different merchant and noble clothing.
So the city was, filling up. Is there more people in this back alleyway since all these newcomers are here, or is it kind of desolate still? Is it just the guards?
It's pretty desolate, and you look a bit more down the alley, and you see that there's 2 guards right at the end of the alley, just keeping people from going down there.
So there's technically 5 altogether at the back of the alley.
Yeah, there's 3 behind the building here, and then 2 all the way over here.
Okay, so that is a back side, it's not the front side. So over here's the front side, and over here's the back side. Alright.
And do we know what these buildings here are, or no?
I'm guessing homes.
That is the, basically the residential / farming district.
Okay.
Alright.
It's where all the farmers mainly set up shop and homes and all that stuff.
Can we use a deception or some performance or something to pick up the boxes and act like where we belong?
I mean, we had to get past the guard just to get over there, right?
Well, aren't we in the back already?
You guys are about right here.
Yeah. Is there any boxes that we can pick up and then bring
You guys
into
are
the
there.
place?
They are there and there.
Where's the boxes at?
The boxes are right here.
All right.
So we'd have to get past 2 to actually get to the boxes.
The arrow that's blinking is where the boxes are.
All right. So let's go down to the guards. Actually, let's look for a merchant first. Maybe there's one that's struggling.
Struggling with a box?
Like his own equipment.
Roll perception.
Fantastic. You see someone.
Finian, you don't notice anything. Hugh, you notice that just at the end over here, it seems a merchant's cart just broke down right there as they were starting to get into the alley.
He looks at Ordwin. Well,
before we do anything on that, can I roll a check on the guards to see if they're like just guards of this auction house or if they're like
Town guard or
more than that?
Okay. Like kind of like security.
or
Yeah, like royal guards or something, like, because like we don't know what we're doing here, so we don't really know what we're about to get into. So can I roll to see if like these guys will give us a lot of trouble or not?
Insight or history?
Ooh.
They don't look like the normal town's guard that are here.
Okay.
They're a bit more armored than the regular town guard.
All right.
But well, Hugh did see that merchant, so
Yes. As we're walking over there, I'm gonna ask Definian. There is a residential area right next door, and a house right behind the auction house. There might be a way for us to maybe talk to the residential area and sneak through their house through the window, possibly.
or climb to the top of the roof.
Because that'll eliminate all the guards.
well
He also wants to take a look around as well to see if there's any other people who also might be casing the area as well.
I mean, we can definitely talk to the merchant first before we make a decision, but just know that there is, other options. So I guess we'll head over to the merchant and kind of see what's going on.
All right.
He walks over to the merchant and see if
You
he wants
guys-
help.
Yeah. You guys would go back around this way.
Okay.
So yeah, you get out there, and the merchant and a few others are there trying to affix a new wheel to the cart, but it doesn't seem to be working out too well.
Hello, gentlemen. Do you need help?
Oh,
Ordwin's kind of standing back, just kind of dumbly waving.
if you know how to fix a cartwheel.
No, I can do a cartwheel.
Well, it seems you're just having a little trouble lifting. My big friend here could probably help you with that.
Ordwin does a cartwheel.
Roll acrobatics.
Oh, I hit a performance. Hold up, I'll do an acrobat. Yes.
Okay, so everyone just gives a wide berth as you, the giant man, starts doing a cartwheel.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that might be helpful if the cart was bigger.
Well, next time, don't ask for cartwheels.
He smacks his face palms. They're like, Ordwin, I meant lift the cart up so we can put the wheel on.
Oh, okay. Do I need to roll
that would be a
strength?
great help. Yes.
I wish he didn't pull that card.
Dude, why am I getting good rolls now? This is really gonna come back and bite me in the butt.
Alright, you managed to lift the cart up enough to help them out as they fix the wheel onto it. There we go. Well, thank you for your help, friends. Is there, hold on. He reaches into the cart and pulls out a bag. Here. He holds out 10 gold pieces. This should be enough for your trouble.
Ordwin grabs it before Finian can. I did the work this time, Finian.
Finian squints.
Ordwin squints right back.
Well,
So
thank you for your trouble.
what are you doing with this card? What are you out here for?
Well, there's an auction. We just came to see if we could sell some of our wares there.
Oh, you don't say.
Ah, so you're heading out back here and gonna set up inside?
Yes, we are.
You seem to be a little short-staffed. If you'd like a few extra hands helping you move the stuff inside, we'd be glad to help you out. No charge.
Finian flexes his
Oh.
muscles.
I don't mean to be rude, but we don't know you. We have a vetting system that we normally go through before we allow someone on such a big assignments as this.
I feel like
I'm sure you
lifting
can
your
understand.
cart and fixing your cartwheel is kind of a vetting system.
No, it doesn't work like that. But thank you for your kind offer.
I'd persuade them. Or try to.
Ow.
I do point at the cart. If it's going to help out Ordwin with an advantage, because I'm pointing, I don't know,
No.
obviously.
Yeah, I don't think we're persuading this guy.
Hmm.
Perhaps you need more personal guards.
He looks to the guards that are currently at the alley and looks back to you. No, I think we're good.
These guards are meant to guard the stuff, but we'll make sure that no one touches it.
That's kind.
Is the cart covered or no?
It's not covered, but things are in boxes. Crates. Yeah.
Can we sneak Finian into one of the boxes?
Right in front of the guards. And the
I
other
mean, if Ordwin does another cartwheel and distract him, Finian could jump into.
It was
one
a good
of the-
cartwheel. Yeah. Could we attempt to sneak him into the cart?
You can attempt. It's going to be a pretty high DC,
What are we talking here?
considering the circumstances.
Give me a second. Why am I never finding what I need?
You know, if only you had a certain cleric with you that, gives advantage on this stuff.
Yeah, but
He never wants to give us advantage when we're being mean and dirty.
I know he's just playing with his fiddle with the girl.
Maybe I should stop being mean and dirty. Anyway,
But, by the way,
I'm trying to find my thing where I can. That spell that I had. Oh my gosh.
Baltimore.
what's up?
So, you're helping Ellie train a little, and you're kneeling down, looking at the different weapons you guys have for training, and you're talking to her, yada yada, and then you turn around with you with a practice sword, and you see her with a dagger, and she runs towards you, and she stops. Hugh paid me to do that.
He paid you?
I got him to pay me $750.
$750 what?
7 gold, 50 silver.
What the fuck?
Damn, she's
Okay.
ratting you out, dude.
All right. I'm going
Hey,
to
I just
reach
want her
into
to
my
scare him.
pouch
I don't care
and
what
pull
you
out. I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out 2 fucking plat. I will pay you to never do this again.
Deal.
Dude, we are never gonna learn that these girls only care about money.
That's kind of what I figured already.
I mean, that's just
They are
Ellie
playing
at the
us.
moment.
Speak
I
for
would
yourself.
probably
They never
to,
affect me.
People at them.
Also, I'm gonna look to Ellie and just gonna say, "Do you want to go with me later? I'm gonna go shopping for something."
You sound like you have something to get back at Hugh.
No, something for my own damn safety at this point.
He's gonna get by a
I mean,
dagger-proof vest.
I mean, I wasn't going to actually stab you.
I figured you weren't, and I appreciate that. I'll pat her on the head.
Okay.
All right, back to your guys' shtick.
Okay, so question about this minor illusion. It says I can make footprints, muddy footprints. Now, can these be like footprints that they keep walking? It says no larger than a 5-foot cube, but I don't know if that means it has to stay inside of a 5-foot cube or each step. Like, I don't understand what that means.
Each cast has to be within a 5-foot cube.
Alright, so I'm going to try to use the minor illusion to make a loud, like... What does it say? It can be any sound, right? I want it to sound like a cannon or something going off.
It says the image can't create sound.
No, I'm
Oh,
not going
no.
to do the image.
Okay,
I'm going to do
it's
the
not
sound
there.
instead.
Well, I mean, we don't want a huge cannon because then you're gonna cause.
I'm trying to distract everybody to look towards the cannon so we can sneak Finian into the cart.
What about a crash? Or it sounds like something crashed or broke
Yeah,
or
crash,
whatever.
not a cannon, because then you might cause a war.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A panic over a war that's currently
Yeah.
going on.
You can
All
get
right,
everybody
so-
All these
PTSD.
people are refugees.
So
Oh.
I think it's I have 30 feet. And we are over here, correct?
Yep,
Or
you're
okay.
down here.
Oh, we're down there? Okay, so I kind of want to make the noise... And where's the cart?
The card is right there as well.
Okay, so I want the noise to kind of be like... Back in here, I guess?
In where?
Kind of right there where the triangle, like right there at the tip. So it's still in my line of view, so I can do that. And then it should distract. But they'll look towards it, wouldn't they?
What about behind them?
I don't know how far 30 feet is because the squares are different here. I'm guessing.
Yeah, about nah. Yeah, pretty much just behind them right here.
Okay, so can I have it in the alleyway slightly if I'm kind of standing off to the side, like I can kind of see down the alleyway, to see if I can distract the guards to go into the alley? I mean, I know I'm gonna have to have a high roll here, but
well, you don't have to roll. They do.
right. All right, so that's the plan. We're gonna try to distract the guards that are with us and the guards that are back there and this cart guy.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Ordwin gets down to Finian's level. If this doesn't work, we might have to go get Baltimore. And you're gonna have to persuade him.
Finian rolls his eyes.
Hugh goes to Ordman and says, "Don't worry, we don't have to persuade him. We just need a bag."
Oh God!
Hey, Baltimore, do you want to do that shopping first?
Just in case
okay.
some billy clubs.
Are we about to kidnap Baltimore?
Yes. And we'll take his fiddle hostage.
I have the stat. Don't have it up now.
So if this doesn't work, our best bet's going to be to try to either go through the residential area where those two guards are and maybe stealthily take out those guards that are right in the middle, or we'll have to recruit Baltimore.
It's actually 4 guards.
I'm talking about just these ones here. I thought there was just 2 there.
And then there's 2 right beside us.
Yeah, but we might be able to stealth these out and then sneak past, you know? Or at least you might be able to sneak in. And then us two can be
I mean,
lookout.
if anything, Finian can just ride underneath the cart if it's low enough. I will be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Why are things hard to find when you need to get them?
What are you trying to find?
No. It's something I have saved.
And this is a cantrip, right? Okay, just make sure I don't have to make a spell save. My original idea was to kind of like make the footprints walk through all of these guards, so that all the guards looked at it like, "What the hell is this?"
I think someone's using like an illusion spell or a stealth spell or whatever.
And then sneak you on. That was the original plan, but this is the best option I got.
That would be great. Sometimes it pays to be like 3 feet tall. Oh, and what does a merchant look like, by the way?
Mr. Miyagi.
Yes.
Yes.
Things are never where you want them to be.
Remember last time I used this, it was just like a 1d something.
Next time you used what?
The last time that I used this for Ellie and them.
Yeah. That's because different people have different stats.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. So, what's the save that has to be made? Investigation. Okay. Investigation is intelligence.
It says a successful intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
Any of those succeed.
Where's spell save at? Hold up.
On your spells tab, it's going to be at the very top left. The general formula for it is 8 plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting ability.
Okay, I see your spell save DC. Yeah.
I think
3 of them pass.
Yeah.
Meat beats. So you have one of the 2 guards in front of you who turns around, and one of the guards at the end seem to be investigating the sound as well.
So we didn't trick the guy.
Oh right, the merchant guy. Nope.
Ordwin looks down. It's not looking good.
Someone's trying to play a trick on us.
It's exactly why you need us to go with you and help you. It doesn't seem your gods seem to know what's going on.
Well, there's no immediate danger right now. Well, anyways, thank you for helping with the carts. We're going to go in and set up. Hope to see you at the auction.
Oh, we shall see you.
They begin to move down the alley.
We should have did the hitman thing and knock him out and take his clothes.
Right in front of the guard.
Yeah, that's the issue we're having.
Yeah, then we'll knock out the guards and pretend to be a guard.
Right in front of the other guards.
Finian looks up at Baltimore. Finian looks up at Ordwin.
We can go get Baltimore, but perhaps we should go inside first. Maybe scope out the inside before we go.
Finian shrugs.
Yeah, might as well pretend that we're here.
I'll tell you what. I'll head back and try to persuade Baltimore to come help. Why don't you two check out the inside?
Finian goes through the front door.
Yeah, and Ordwin's gonna head back towards Baltimore.
He before Ordwin goes, he reaches out his bag. He pulls out a rucksack, or he gives it to Ordwin just in case.
I will leave it in your room, friend. Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Ordwin's just gonna wink at him.
He puts the OK sign and winks.
All right. So, what exactly you both gonna be doing?
So they're gonna check out the inside of the auction house to kind of see what the layout looks like in there, guard-wise and stuff like that. And then I'll head back and try to talk to Baltimore. So whichever one you want to go with first.
Is this a single level building, by the way, or is this dual level, or?
It's a dual level.
That residential entrance is starting to sound better.
That's why he wanted to check the top of the building and see if there's like a window or something.
You can do whatever he wants. Finian's gonna go through the front door.
Damn, Finian's sassy.
Finian wants to get this done, and professionally.
Okay, there we go. I've built the sheet this time. All right. So, Ordwin, you are making your way over towards Baltimore, and Baltimore, you're I'm assuming leaving to go do your shopping.
Yeah.
Well, do you
as
still
you're
need to do the
leaving-
shopping since you've paid off Ellie now?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's imperative that I go immediately.
He is not gonna like what I have to say.
Okay, so Baltimore, you see Ordwin walking up to you, and Ordwin, you see Baltimore and Ellie.
Oh,
Oh,
hello, you
Orlando.
two.
How did your thing with the horse go?
Oh boy, you're not gonna believe this. Not well. And you're sure you don't want to help us?
Depends. Are you still trying to break the law?
What I don't know. I don't know. If I'm being 100% honest, I have no idea what we're doing. But
Can I?
today, I've done a cartwheel, fixed a cartwheel, and cased out an auction house.
I mean, you sound like you've had it. Wait, okay, what was that last one?
Fixed a cartwheel?
That was the That was the first one.
Oh, we just met the guards over at the auction house, just over by the residential area. I didn't know if you knew that we had a auction house. Would you like to pause? Check it out?
I did have to do some shopping today, but
Wonderful, yes. There was a merchant cart full of stuff, and he said he came from out of town. He's got all kinds of stuff, and we might be trying to steal something.
Just leave that in at the end there.
But you don't have to help steal anything. We kind of need you there for moral support. Ellie, you should probably go inside.
I feel like it's
Um,
worth mentioning. I know what you're trying to do, and both of the things.
What are we trying to do? Because I don't know.
Well, the moral support that I could give only lasts an hour.
I'm sure that's plenty of time.
And I can only inflict one person with this.
Well, there are 5 people. Wait, what is it you can do?
I'll basically describe to you. Blessing of the Trickster. Well, I know my god doesn't particularly mind thefts. I myself have a more personal code of mine not to steal.
No. You wouldn't be actually stealing anything. Honestly, I don't even know if we're stealing anything. I just know Finian wants to get into this auction house.
Ordwin, I would just appreciate it if you were forthright with me.
I am 100% forthright with you. You don't even need to make a throw right now. I really don't know.
Okay, I'll swing by the auction house and give him the blessing, but other than that, I would rather not be involved with this.
That's all we ask.
Alright.
Oh, while you're out, could you possibly ask around for maybe any intellect raising items someone might have heard about?
actually, yeah, that was on the shopping list.
Awesome, wonderful, thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Ellie, you're more than welcome to travel along since he's not going to actually be staying with us.
I mean,
And then I kind of tucked the bag behind my back.
okay.
Wait, what the? Were you gonna kidnap me if I didn't say yes?
No. You just wanted me to bring this back so it didn't look like we were trying to steal.
Yeah. All right, let's get this over with.
As we're walking, Ordwin's just singing, "We're off to see the wizard."
A wonderful Wizard of Oz. I know that one actually.
It's a good one.
It's a really good one.
I wonder if you people remember that I am a thief and could help out.
Ordwin's gonna kind of stop and kind of get down on her level. Ellie, we're trying to not let you have to live that life anymore. And whatever Finian has that he's doing, I'm sure you need no part of this.
Do you remember what he did to the goblin?
Last
so do as
time,
you say, not as you do.
Last time your sister got arrested, and we barely were able to get her out. We don't know if we'll be able to help you.
So do as you say, not as you do.
To be honest with you, Ellie, I haven't done anything yet. I have zero. Look, the less I know, the better.
You did lie to that goblin.
No. I persuaded the goblin.
By telling him his family and left him?
Well, would you rather me have told the goblin that we killed his entire family? Because then he's just going to go find another hobgoblin, and they're going to bring a war. So, at least this way.
Out of character, that isn't a lie. They all did leave him.
Technically. Instead of inciting war, when we already have war possibly coming from Saren, we just omitted it. Yes, it is still a lie, but it's a white lie to help him. And Finian.
Alright, back with the other group. Of you horrible, horrible people.
I'm not horrible. I'm a thief.
First
Yes, you
off,
horrible,
I'm a
horrible people.
warlock, and I'm already attached to something anyways, so I just attach to whoever wants me to do whatever.
So yeah, you guys make your way over to the front. And, well, you do gain entry pretty easily. They're not blocking people from getting in. So
Yeah, because we're here to buy.
you step inside, and then someone stops you. Excuse me. We're going to need you to leave any weapons you may have out here as you go in.
Finian looks at him, like, looks around at his body. Shrugs.
He stops and says, excuse me, but you are talking to the most exquisite, most noble man in Dunnock. This, good sir, is Finian, the most noblest man in Dunnock. You do not speak to him this way.
Dude, pop your chest and stand tall, Finian.
I was gonna pop my collar and
roll persuasion with disadvantage. I mean, deception with disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Why? Perfect.
Wait,
He just stares at you and says, "Do we need to?"
Can I roll performance?
I guess
With disadvantage or regular?
regular. You don't help.
I'm sorry I took all the goods, guys.
If you're not going to leave your weapons here, well, you're going to have to leave.
Finian looks around at his body to see if he's carrying any weapons.
He looks around his body too to grab all his weapons. Pulls out a knife, pulls out his crossbow, pulls out his short sword, pulls out his another dagger. Oh wait, hold on. He pulls out something out of his boot. It's another dagger. Okay, I think I'm good.
Are you sure, or shall we search you, just in case?
He thinks for a moment and says, "Oh, right." He reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a pole. I'm kidding. He didn't do that.
Oh,
And
Finian finds some
you-
darts on him.
Okay.
Finian
thank you.
passes over the darts.
We will hold them all here and until you are leaving.
Okay. And again, he's the most noblest man in this whole town.
Let's continue. All right.
I'm not whispering anybody. Don't read that.
Yeah, you got a specific chat for whispering now.
Yeah, but I don't think he's looking at it.
He looks at Phineas and, hey, at least he didn't take my poison potions.
Technically,
Finian,
they didn't say anything about poison potions, so yeah.
Oh no, dude, we're turning you.
Finian is looking around at how many guards are possibly inside or outside or wherever. He's just trying to get a full understanding.
Yeah, there's a good amount of guards posted around here. Someone seems to have paid top dollar for this.
Can I count how many?
Um, 10. 10 inside.
All right.
But you rolled a 5.
Yes, I was going to multiply it by 2.
Oh, okay.
Finian just walks around. His sandals kind of make a slapping sound every time he steps because he's not.
Which means you're lucky you didn't get a 40.
Man, if only you rolled a 1.
So he's going to be looking around, seeing if there's anything of what he was told, like if he's going to find the crystal.
Well, you do look around and there's not a lot of auction items on display currently. And you see them setting up some of them. Roll perception.
Perception? All right.
Yeah, you don't find where the crystal might be.
Oh,
And Ordwin and Baltimore, you guys make it to the auction house.
you rolled with disadvantage, but it would have been an 18.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
So I guess we're at the front door. Excuse me, did 2 short fellows come in recently?
there was a halfling and a human, yes.
Did one talk a lot and one not at all?
Yes.
That's all I needed to hear. Baltimore doesn't really look like you're going to be able to do that thing that I needed you to do because they're already inside.
Oh, can I go?
I mean, I've got nothing for you.
Oh,
If you'd like to come into the auction, just leave your weapons here at the door.
oh, it's quite all right. I'm fine.
I'm gonna head in. Baltimore, if we need you, do you have an area probably you might be at?
Well, for a good while shopping, I wanted to pick up a few things, precautions, as it were.
All right. If we do need you, I'll head back for you.
I appreciate it.
So, Hugh,
Yes.
I don't think you were told what you guys are looking for yet.
No,
No.
we have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I
yeah,
wish
you
Vinny
look
would tell
around and you see some interesting items. Some strange masks that seem like they're from pretty far away. A few odd items. Yeah. There's one very ornate dagger that catches your interest.
Oh no.
No, it's not that kind of dagger.
Okay.
It's just an ornate dagger, is all.
He wants to take a look around and see if there's something of like immense value.
Well, so Ordwin, you're now inside, and Finian and Hugh, you could see the one really tall man in there. You know who he is.
Oh gosh, I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna kind of like not eye at them, so I can kind of look like I'm by myself to not draw attention to a group of 3.
Did you put on a fake mustache?
Why did I hit perception? I meant to hit. No, that is what I wanted. Perception, right? Yeah, I wanted to check the area too and see kind of what's around.
Yeah, you see about the same that Hugh does.
Okay.
The thing that seems to catch your eye is this odd looking mask, wooden mask with some bright colored feathers on it.
I'm gonna go
You
investigate
don't think
that.
you've seen anything like it?
Is there anyone near it, or is it just by itself?
It's well, technically there are others looking at it.
Is there anyone that I can talk to that might know something about it?
Yeah, the cellar is right next to it.
All right. I guess I'll go over and talk with him.
Is he wearing a green hat?
No.
Okay,
By the
no.
way, this is the mask that you see. I'm sending it to you. There we go.
Loading.
Nice. Nice.
Oh god.
All right.
For
Orwin
the
needs
people
that mask.
are listening to the podcast, it's the Banjo Kazooie mask.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot mask. All right, so you walk up to the man, and well, what would you like to ask?
Hello.
Oh, greetings.
This mask, I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I walked through the door, caught my eye.
Oh, this mask right here. It definitely is an interesting one, isn't it?
It definitely is. Do you mind telling me a little about it?
Ah, yes, well, this is a Kwaku mask from the land of Abimbola. It's an old artifact that I've managed to get my hands on. And, well, it's used in rituals. Shamanistic rituals.
I'm gonna give the man a look up and down, because the story kind of sounds kind of funky. Can I do a check to see if he's telling the truth?
Go ahead.
That is, I don't know what the check is. Is it?
Insight.
Insight. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay, so I have no idea.
Well, this mask right here is of very much religious significance to the Kwaku tribe. And, well, it took a bit of convincing for them to hand it over for an exchange.
That means he killed them.
Does it have any powers?
Yes, it does.
Orderman kind of scratches his chin a little bit. Well, tell me, please, more.
Well, it has a very strong connection to the Kwaku god of Taonga. And anyone who wears this mask will be able to speak with Taonga and get his insights into what they wish to know. He's a fortune teller, spirit guide of sorts.
And for the people that are going to be bidding on this, I mean, how do they know that this mask actually works?
Well, they don't. That's the thing. We can't really just have any random person grab it, you know?
Well, you're auctioning it off to any random person.
Well, yes. We can't just have them, any random person, hold on to it before they buy.
And is there any guarantee that you're not just going to run with the money if it doesn't work?
Well, of course there is. The Merchants Guild would never let me do business again if I purposefully cheated.
So basically, this mask, I can ask it questions and get wisdom?
Yes, you may.
Well, sir, this is very, very interesting. Thank you for telling me more about this.
Well, I hope that you do purchase this. I mean, all the money here is going to a good cause, so why not?
What kind of auction is this, out of character? Is this like a silent auction thing, or is it like a one? Is it like that?
Well, It hasn't exactly started yet. People are just taking a look at what's going on.
Okay. Well, I hope that when the auction does start, I have a chance to bid.
And I hope you bid as well.
Thank you much, sir. And I'm gonna kind of head back, not towards towards the door, but not all the way to the door, just kind of halfway in the middle of the place.
And Finian, you can't really find this. Haven't been able to find this crystal that you were told to grab.
Finian's looking
So-
a little frustrated.
And you see your friend standing at the doorway.
Finian looks at Ordwin. And holds his head. Was I ever told what the crystal looks like?
No, you weren't.
Wow,
Well,
what a horrible informant.
Ordwin kind of like standing tall, looks around, trying to see if he can see anything. And he just looks back over at Finian, kind of shakes his head. No, he doesn't see anything like that.
Finian's gonna go up to the second floor. Maybe he can see something from
Well,
a
after
different
he's
angle.
asked you about it specifically, you want to roll perception again?
Ah, yeah. I'll
Since
do
you
that.
know what you're looking for.
That's a better roll.
You see it being moved around.
Wait,
Some
Mm.
people, some merchants were taking a look at the crystal, making sure the case is all set up and all that. But you managed to catch a glimpse of the crystal as they were looking at it.
Without like getting excited or anything, I kind of tilt my head back and give him a little nod, like that I see it, and then I kind of tilt my head towards the direction.
I'm gonna look towards that direction.
Yep, you see. Well, you don't see the crystal, but you see the case that he was pointing to, as it's still as it gets covered back up, and the merchants continue to try and find a good spot to put it.
With that perception check, do I notice if anyone's like keeping a closer eye on it than other people?
No, not well. Other than the merchants and one of the guards that's with him.
So there's like a guard specifically for that piece, or is he
Yes,
just
they've got a
with them
guard.
moving it? Okay, okay.
Yeah, they've got a guard with them moving it around.
Is it the same merchant from outside or no?
No, it's a different merchant.
All right. I using my mind thoughts, I'm gonna kind of ask Finian, how did what are we exactly doing? What's the
Finian-
plan?
Finian looks at the crystal.
You take a look at where the crystal is as they find a good spot to put it, but they don't take the cover off just yet.
Since it is still early and the auction's not going on, I'm assuming that there's not going to be it's not like a full auction house. Is it? Can we get like a count of how many people are in here?
There's that many people. And a lot of them don't seem to be from around here. You
Is
can
this-
kind of guess where.
Yeah. Is this considered a high value item, or is this like a minor item? I'm guessing high value.
None of the items really have a price marked on them. It seems that they're going to be waiting until they start auctioning it off to put the lowest bid.
I'm asking for this reason. It's going to be considered more than a minor crime, correct?
Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys don't even haven't even found out what the auction is for or anything, and who's hosting it. So you don't know how big of an auction this really is.
You know, out of character, you have this bad reputation thing, but you don't act like a really bad person.
That you don't. Yeah.
You know, you're kind of a nice guy. But yeah.
Yeah.
So Baltimore, you and Ellie are going shopping.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
Oh boy, I should probably whisper
He's
to
buying her
you.
clothes. Let's give her
Alright.
a nice little Lolita dress.
No. Under no circumstances will those words ever come out of your mouth again.
Dude, Baltimore's gonna
Please
has
no.
like a list of items he's about to get the value for.
Oh yeah, no. After being repeatedly almost shanked like 9 times, I was gonna hold on to this money, but it's too late now. I'll message you the full shopping list, and then you can go back to them.
Another question about the crystal. Is it locked in something, or is it just in something?
Oh yeah, every single item here is locked inside of a case.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
Okay.
mean that. I was thinking of a different word.
Man, this is just getting harder and harder.
Finian walks over to the covered case.
Alright. You walk up to the covered case, and one of the merchants look down at you. We're just about ready to put this on display. Can I help you?
Points at it.
Ordwin's
Yes.
Ordwin's gonna walk up, but first he's gonna turn to Hugh and say, "Hey, stand back and see if anyone's watching us. You know, more than other people, kind of. You know." And then I'm gonna kind of walk up.
Yes, this here, well, it's the largest, it's the largest amethyst crystal that has been mined. That's why it's on. That's why we decided to bring it to the auction here, because we figured it could get quite a bit.
So it's just a crystal?
Well,
Ordwin
blood
kind of
crystal.
like bends his body over to the left, kind of like looking
Yes,
at
it's
it, confused.
It's a blood crystal.
Does it do anything, or does it just sit there?
No, it's just highly valued. Not only because of its size, but because of the lives lost in getting it.
Ordwin kind of looks down at Finian like, why are we even bothering with this, you know?
Finian rolls his eyes.
Are there any buyers in mind for it yet? Has anyone shown interest?
Not quite yet. Well, we have had some people beforehand show interest, but we never wanted to sell it. But we figured this would be a good opportunity for that.
Yes, I heard the auction's for a good cause. I mean, what exactly is it for? I mean, who's going to be coming to this thing? If you know.
Well, this is actually an auction, as you know, there has been this war that's started at the border, and it's been making its way into the country. And as such, there are a lot of people who are left without homes, and a lot of children without parents.
Oh my gosh.
The money here goes to an orphanage that's being built.
Oh my
and
god.
any leftovers going to the refugee center.
Oh, Baltimore, stay away from this.
So,
This goes against everything Baltimore thinks of.
think of the children. I
Oh.
am, as he set it on fire.
Ordwin's mouth is just kind of slowly dropping.
Finian looks like he's unfazed.
So, I'm guessing a lot of big name buyers will be coming out for this. Well, what do you estimate the value of something like this is?
Blood amethyst of this size would probably run a few hundred platinum. At least. Would you like to see how big it is?
Finian it gives a big old nod.
Alright. And he lifts the curtain to show you, and Finian, it's bigger than your head.
Wow, that is beautiful. That will raise a lot of money for the orphanages. Oof.
Well,
How is this place powered? Is it all candlelight or is it electrical or?
no, there's magic lights all over the place. We don't want to risk things burning down, so...
I'm not speaking.
Oh, okay.
I just was asking as...
Oh, right, yeah, you don't speak. Yeah, the place is just lit by magical light.
There's no, like, spells out there that you can do, like, an EMP strike that turns off all magic, can you?
There
Is it?
is. Yeah. It's a anti-magic zone.
So, are the items just gonna stay on display until the auction, and then go to the back, or
Yeah,
do they stay on display the whole time?
Oh, well, they're going to be on display until the auction tonight.
And you said a few hundred platinum?
Yes, that's where we're going to start the bidding. We haven't decided exactly, but we're thinking between 300 and 400 platinum.
So there's opportunity to turn profit off of this.
Possibly, but we're not in it for the profit. We're not going to be getting the amount that it's worth.
No, right, you're not in it for the profit. I'm saying, if we were to bid on this and buy it, there's profit to be made possibly for ourselves.
Oh yes, of course. It's an item of great value.
Yeah, Orderman's just gonna look at it like he's interested in auctioning, like bidding on it later, you know. Well, Finian, you heard him. They're gonna be auctioning it tonight. Maybe we should go back, assess our funds, and plan on making a bid on this.
Finian gives a nod.
Thank you so much for all the advice and the help, sir. I appreciate everything.
Yes, of course, and hope to see you tonight. Even if you aren't able to bid for anything, at least leave a donation.
Oh, for sure, sir. This is for a wonderful cause. Orderman's gonna reach out his hand to shake and kind of make his way over towards Hugh.
Okay. Hugh, what are you doing?
He was just looking around, trying to see if there's anybody else who's probably might also be thinking of heisting.
So, I'm gonna kind of motion for us to go outside to a quiet place. Is there any? Can I do perception or something to see if there's like a nice alleyway we can go to where no one's listening?
I'm gonna collect my darts before I leave, of course.
Oh yeah, I gotta get my stuff too from the guy.
Yeah, you
he's
guys
gonna grab
collect
all
all
the
your
weapons.
weapons. You guys are able to collect all of your weapons and all that, and yeah, you can easily just make your way out here.
Okay.
As there's not a lot of people out in this district.
So I guess we'll kind of find a spot so we can kind of talk and plan.
Okay.
All right. Hugh, did you happen to notice anything? Was anyone paying particularly more attention to that item than anybody else?
No, not that I know of. Most of the people were just like looking at everything else. But I mean, there were so many people there, I couldn't really see exactly who was trying to do a heist as well.
Alright, so I did see there was one guard with the crystal itself. I didn't notice if there were other guards around the area. The auction is going to be sometime tonight, and all the items will be put away in the back. And from I'm guessing they'll bring out each item one at a time. So I think our best bet at a grab would be to go through the residential area, through the back door, and take it before it goes on auction. So that's one option.
But wouldn't there like be a bunch of guards? A lot more guards?
So I had an idea. What if I rode Charlie through the alleyway, screaming at the top of my lungs to distract, while Finian tried to sneak in through the back door? Or you guys could try to sneak in through the roof.
I didn't really check the roof, so, and that was probably one of the next things I wanted to do was check the roof.
Finian,
Alright.
Finian shoes Hugh away so he can.
He walks towards the roof. I mean, to an area to see if he can climb to the top.
So, Finian, I have no idea why you want this. You know that I'm more than willing to help. Oh, and I'm guessing Hugh's out of earshot by this time, by the way, when I'm talking. You know I'm willing to help for everything, but we just have to do this as safely as possible.
Finian nods.
So the other option is we wait until it's bought, and we steal it from that guy. The third option would be to bid on it ourselves, but we don't have the money for it. But once they hand it to us, snatch and grab.
Finian shakes his head no. He holds up 1 and then 2.
So 1 or 2. So we got distraction method through the alleyway, or what was the other method? The roof.
Waiting.
Waiting until it's sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Hugh gets back, we'll discuss with him. I feel. Oof,
You feel something in your heart.
yeah, I'm leaning more towards 2, but if you do want to try to actually make the theft, I'm more than happy to attempt as well. I understand. So for those who can't read, he's saying, it needs to happen, and whichever way's easier. And so when Hugh gets back, we'll kind of talk it with him and kind of see what he decides too. I don't know if you want to have like him do his checks for the roofs and stuff like that, or what.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, what do you want to do first?
Try to get to the roof.
Alright, just acrobatics.
Can I do athletics?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you managed to get on top of the roof of which building?
Auction house.
Of the auction house?
Yeah.
Also roll stealth.
Yeah, you're probably better off to do like
Okay, yeah, you're good.
I was gonna say do that building because there's still 5 guards out there.
Yeah, you managed to get yourself up to the top of the roof. So, what you looking for on the roof?
I'm gonna roll perception, see if there's like any like windows or like any
Blind spots.
Yeah, any blind spots, any way to get into the guild, not guild house, the auction house without being noticed. That's horrible. It's really windy up there.
You start to look around, and the wind suddenly blows some dust up, and it catches you in the eye.
Finian is also gonna go around here and see what's taking. Gonna try and scale up.
Here it comes. Do your wisdom. Oh, you did it!
Alright, so, use stealth. They would have no chance of seeing. And none of the guards see you. As you make your way up to the roof, and yeah, you find a window that's on the roof.
Finian points at the window to Hugh. Is it locked or is it open or?
He was trying to
It's
get the
not
dust out of
open,
his eyes.
but you haven't checked to see if it's locked.
He was going to make his way towards the window while getting the dust out of his eyes.
Okay. So you get over to the window.
And he's going to check. He's going to look inside to see where the window leads to.
It looks like a rather rundown room, actually. And there's some stuff in front of the door at the end, just kind of blocking entrance.
Okay, and then he was going to check if the window's locked.
Alright. 1 or 2?
1.
It's locked.
I mean 2.
Too late.
I'm gonna pick. If he can hold me over the edge and I can pick it for him, that'd be great.
Well, if you'd like to try and pick it, go for some. Yeah. You can't seem to get a good hold in it.
Finian shakes his head no.
What do I roll for that? Because I'm going to try to pick it as well.
Thieves' tools with dexterity.
Okay.
Finian, you're dejected as you see him just put the lockpick in. Okay, we're good.
It was obviously just a better lockpick kit.
No, Finian helped. He loosened it up.
Yeah, that's
Finian.
totally how locks work.
Ordwin's just
Finian.
sitting over in the alleyway on my own again.
Finian hops inside.
Wait, are y'all doing this now? Like out of character?
Well, no, we're just trying to see where this room leads to, and if it leads to like above, we could probably like Spider-Man down, grab the thing, pull him back up, and run away.
Finian hops inside and wants to see what this room's all about.
He also goes in the room to help out as well, but also putting like closing the window a little bit, but also putting a little block on it so it doesn't shut on them.
Baltimore, I did respond to you, by the way.
Yep, I saw it. I'm doing the math now.
Okay.
Can I ask what that last item is? I've never heard of it before, actually.
Uh,
My hands are fucking tied.
Someone's hands are tied.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
So what do we see, DM?
Do we need to roll perception?
So what's the damage? How much is it all
Hold on.
costing you?
So you look around, and this is just a very dusty room, broken boards and all that stuff. It doesn't seem all that sturdy to walk on.
I think I'm light.
Yeah, he
can-
was gonna like step back a bit and try not to cause a big ruckus.
So, down below me, what would be down below me, since I'm guessing broken boards and all that you can see on...
So yeah, the floorboards are even creaking a bit, so you figure you're gonna have a hard time trying to stealth. Trying to sneak around here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so are you going to try and do something?
I just want to get a good perception of the room and see what's below me and understand what are we... if this room is of any advantage.
Well, you take a look at the floorboards and you get yourself down onto them and take a peek through one of the holes, and you just see two female merchants talking to each other. Seriously, what did Becky think she was going to do with all that?
Are they pretty?
Man, she really got a big butt, though.
Oh wow.
What did she think she was gonna do with all that junk in the trunk?
Alright, okay, yeah. So I just tuned back into the conversation. What the fuck?
The references are huge. I'm gonna keep on listening in to see if there's anything that I can learn.
Is there like, I know I'm not the one up there, but like, is there a staircase or anything up there?
Yes. I think I was up on top of the staircase. I think this is one of the
Well-
rooms that I didn't go into.
So you're staying and listening to these two, and they're just talking about this other girl named Becky. Something about her butt being so big, but also about her cheating on her man, and how great it is that she's able to get by on all this stuff, and he still pays for everything. Like, seriously, guys. And that's basically what you keep hearing them talk about.
So, underneath me, can I figure where am I above? Or is this like over top of the cargo area?
You can see that this is just a, this seems to be just a, pantry. And they're, like, munching on some of the, bread and cheese, so.
Okay. What's outside the room? Like, you said there's a door that's blocked?
A doorway that's blocked. The door, it's off its hinges. But you take a look out, and yep, there's a few merchants that do walk up there and pass the room, and I want you to roll stealth with disadvantage.
Oh man. Creakiness. Everything's hurting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure this happened.
That's with disadvantage too.
Okay,
can you,
so
you want to like trade Finny one of those 20s?
Please.
if you did trade Finian, that would still be an 11 because it's disadvantage.
Mine is disadvantage too. This is insane.
Yeah.
Because of that halfling.
Oh yeah, you haven't even used your halfling luck yet. I don't think you
No.
ever have.
No. I've never rolled a 1. That's the thing.
You can use it on for your party members, I believe, or if you have bountiful luck.
I only have
don't-
halfling luck.
Yeah, just the base standard stuff.
Gotcha.
Well, anyways, yeah, Hugh, you try to listen in on the merchants that are passing by, and then all of a sudden, you start to hear creaking below your feet. And as you say, "Uh-oh," and you fall through. Your leg is now stuck in the floor. What was that? Oh my god, what the... Who is... hello? Are you okay up there?
He was like, "Hello, fair maidens." I seem to have fallen through the board as I was walking. Can you help me?
Yeah, we'll go get some of the guards, and they can help you out.
No, not the guards. I'm not.
And the
in
merchants on the other side are saying, "Go grab the guards."
He tries to get unstuck.
Are you sure you don't want the guards? They can definitely help you out.
No, is there like any crates down there or something that you can put down so I can put my feet down and try to pull myself up?
It's like we could try stacking the cheese.
That will do.
And Finian, you're able. You are completely silent. That Hugh even forgets that you're there with him. And you're looking through the floorboard, and they're just taking wheels of cheese, and they're starting to stack them up.
Finian's dying of laughter inside.
And then Hugh,
Yes.
you hear the clanking of metal plates going up the stairs. And you look out the side of one of the boxes used to block up the door. You see one of the guards.
Do they
Now
see
two of the
me?
guards. And they go over to the boxes, and they start to move them.
Hugh, is there a way for Hugh to like just drop down into the pantry?
You can try and break the boards to get all the way through.
Hugh tries to break the board so he can get all the way through.
Attack with disadvantage.
What do I attack with? Just use short sword?
Yeah. All right, you start to break the boards. We almost got enough. We're just a few wheels short.
He keeps hacking so he can try to fall through.
And the box in front of you is pulled away as you break another board, and you're getting close to being able to just completely slip through. And one of the guards looks at you. Hey, what are you doing here?
I was looking for the bathroom, and I seem to have stumbled into a little crack in the floor.
Yeah, you could tell it to the judge. As they start to move the other box, make another attack. Try and get the floorboard.
Stupendous, another good one.
Yeah, Ordwin, you're doing good cartwheels. And Hugh, you don't break them in time. As the guards are now in front of you with their spears pointed at you and shields up. And
Hugh,
Finian, with your natural 20s, is still hidden.
Hugh takes a deep breath and says, well, here we go again.
And they pull you up from the floorboards and take out some manacles.
He puts his arms in front of him and looks down.
And they put the manacles on your wrists and start to walk you out. Finian, you see this all happening.
Hugh thinks to himself, I feel like there was a friend that was there, but I don't remember if he was there.
Finian hopes that this is gonna distract a lot of the guards, so there's gonna be a lot less guards for him to deal with.
There's 2 guards that came for him.
I'm aware, but that means there's a lot less.
There was only
Yeah.
5, so there's down to 3 now.
There's 10.
Oh, there was 10?
So
There's
20% of the guards are currently arresting him.
Hopefully, Hugh will try and put up a fight, so therefore, more guards.
And they start to lead you down the stairs, Hugh.
Hugh
And-
starts going crazy. Hey, you didn't read me my rights.
Am I close enough to be hearing this commotion?
Yeah, you're hearing all the commotion.
Hugh starts screaming. Say that you gotta read me my rights. I have the right to remain silent, and anything I say will be held against me in the court of law. I have right to an attorney. If I can't afford one, then one must be appointed by the Dunnock.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I've been practicing.
Baltimore. After you bought all your stuff, you're walking back, and then you start hearing this commotion.
I
You
hear it.
hear someone. You start walking back, and you start hearing a commotion as you are walking past this area. You hear someone shouting back here.
Where's my lawyer? Where's my lawyer?
Ordwin's just kind of standing down the street, waving.
Do I recognize who that is?
Can I kick
Well,
one
you
of the guards?
recognize Ordwin waving at you, and the crowd is just a bit thick, and you just see the tops of some spears, and they seem to be held by some struggling people.
I'm
And
going
yes,
to
you
kick one of
can
the guards.
attempt to kick one of the guards.
This
Say
is literally. This is
But
D20 plus your strength.
literally just like our party member Charlotte all over again.
Disadvantage since you are currently being grappled.
So I roll 2 d20s.
Yep. Take the lowest and add your strength.
Ugh, 5. Plus 2, so that's a 7.
Well, you're flailing your feet around, and you just can't really hit the guards.
Damn short legs.
Hugh shouts out very, very loud, "You dropped the body!"
And about now, Baltimore, if you're standing there just watching all this,
Yeah.
you see Hugh being dragged in your direction.
No.
May I interject? While
Go
this is
ahead.
all happening, could I use this to my advantage? Since Hugh is putting up a great, beautiful display of emotion and distraction,
So
would that
actually,
make
while this is
everyone-
happening, I was about to say I'm gonna run through the front door of the auction house and start yelling, "Everyone, look outside! Someone's getting arrested! Come quick, everyone! Look at this!"
35 of the patrons there, they all start to go out.
I'm
And,
helping
take
you
a
out,
look
bud.
around.
I'm gonna roll performance to see how good
And
I
the
am.
merchants and guards are just looking bewildered, keeping their weapons ready and staring at you guys. What are you rolling that for?
Just to make a bigger commotion.
Why would you have a
Alright.
disadvantage? Your 24 would
I forgot
Yeah.
to turn it off.
To be honest,
That's
your
a-
24 would be.
Yeah, that's also a nat 20, by the way.
I forgot
Yeah.
to turn it
You're
off.
putting on a beautiful performance, and people are unsure whether to root for the guards or root for the underdog.
I'm gonna look over to Ellie, and I'm just gonna say, aren't you glad now you didn't go along with this?
She says, I think I probably would do a better job.
Kid.
You're fucking toxic.
Hey, you guys were the ones talking about chill touching me before.
Did someone
Okay.
say chill touch?
Oh, hello, Wardwin. Oh, do you actually walk over?
I mean, if you're there, I mean, I'm just right
Sure.
here, right?
Finian, what exactly are you doing right now?
I'm trying to rob the place of the crystal. I'm guessing, with everything happening,
Well,
I would have
make a-
expected.
Make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh god, guys.
You have advantage.
Ooh.
All right, and you manage to sneak your way around. People don't seem to really be noticing you. And I'm assuming you make your way up to the case.
Mm-hmm.
The guards and merchants there seem to be a bit distracted. They're still nearby, but they're trying to look out the door.
If my friend was here, he would chill touch you.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, Ordwin, are you guys gonna do anything?
I'm still like at the door yelling about what's going on outside. I'm trying to think if I have
Baltimore.
another idea.
What are you going to do?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm not reliving this fucking PTSD. Oh, God. Okay, so quick little ditty. This is the second time I've had a party member actively try to fight fight the guards and put on a scene. Last time I almost got involved. Bad things happened, so I'm just gonna watch.
All right, and Hugh starts to be dragged past you, and Hugh, you see your friend Baltimore there as you're being taken towards the guard tower.
He points at Baltimore. That guy, he's part of us.
What'd you say?
He's my lawyer.
What?
That guy, he's standing right there with his daughter. That's my lawyer. You gotta talk to that guy.
Roll persuasion. I mean deception. Yeah.
You know what? Performance would be great.
Well, it's got to
Deception.
persuade them too, though. Yeah, to see.
That's
One of the guards looks to you, Baltimore. Is this true? Are you his lawyer?
I am a cleric. First, I'm gonna just pull out my holy symbol, or
That was like
just
the
gonna
best answer. I am a cleric.
I mean, yeah. I say I am a cleric, and I'm gonna show my holy symbol.
I forget who your god was.
It's not even it's Tamora.
Oh,
God of
Tamora.
luck, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I Yes.
as a cleric of Timora, then I'm sure you're a pretty lucky lawyer.
No. I'm not a lawyer.
he's the best lawyer in Dundalk.
I don't know him.
I'd pay him good money.
He doesn't pay me.
I don't know whether to make you roll deception or persuasion with
I'm not
that.
lying
because-
about any of this.
No, you lied about one thing. You didn't about the
You know,
other.
no. I thought I knew him. Apparently, I didn't.
You could use this to your advantage. Like he's just some crazy guy, you know.
Hey, Hugh.
Yes.
Deception with disadvantage.
Oh man.
He's not helping you out at all.
Double 20s?
No, I'm not. I don't have half
Right.
luck.
Right. Sorry to bother you, sir.
You're fine.
I'm gonna tell everyone that you're a horrible lawyer.
That's fine. You can do that.
As Q, you're taken to the guard tower where you guys checked the map first, and they put you in a cell. I'm not paid enough for this. As they start talking to the town guard that's in there.
Yeah.
So Finian, that sleight of hand. You
Yes.
lift you lift up the cover a bit, and you see a lock on it, on the case. Well, you don't have the advantage, but you start to pick the lock.
Might I interject? It was still while the performance was happening.
Yes, but you don't have advantage on lock picking because of it. So,
Still, all right.
See if I...
Oh my gosh, everyone, a lion! There's a lion in here!
Do I have an advantage now?
No, you don't. Because none of this affects your lock picking.
I'm just trying to buy you more time, dude.
Technically.
Okay,
Does that get anyone else out of the building? Because we're down to 20. Finian, we might be able to take whatever's left by ourselves.
So... Give me one quick second.
I just made this hard. He's got to do like 20 rolls now.
I wish we could see the rolls.
I'm not making rolls, but it's something about that lock.
Ah,
Oh, Arcanic.
Oh shit!
Titanic.
There's a symbol spell on there. Oh fuck!
Wrong fuck move and it's gonna explode.
And all this commotion, is anyone guarding the mask by chance?
Yeah, there's still guards there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave the merchandise just because one crazy dude
Yeah,
is
oh-
going crazy.
Oh, also, like, are you still standing at the door, just kind of like trying to cause a commotion?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Baltimore's gonna like kind of wave you over for a second, then.
Okay, I'm gonna like run over there. Baltimore, there's a lion.
I'm just
And
gonna.
Hugh got arrested.
That I saw, but please
I
don't
don't-
rope me in. Please
And then
don't
I'm
rope
just
me
gonna
into
get
this.
really close. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think
Alright,
I'm gonna pat you on the
let me
shoulder
roll
and just
one
say, I think you've done a good job, but here, this is that item we were talking about, and I'm gonna hand you a headband.
Ooh.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Finian.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Rest in peace. I mean, rest in pieces.
Okay. Is it WR to whisper roll?
No, it's just
It's-
backslash W. Or /W, whatever.
So just /W and then I can roll?
yeah.
Like the name of who?
No, not rolling it to someone, just whisper roll.
Oh, then yeah, you can also type.
Where is it?
Continue what you were saying, Baltimore?
Oh yeah, you can also type /GM roll, and then it'll
Yeah.
be so you can just roll to the GM.
Okay. Alright. Let me take a look here.
Please don't tell me Finian's hands just disappeared.
So, Finian, as you attempt to open this lock, a burst of cold comes from it. And it does enough to knock you unconscious.
Hey, remember, Ordwin has that do-over thing.
And the guards now look over to where Finian is, and a few minutes later, Ordwin, you see the guards walking out with Finian's unconscious body. A frozen
Ordwin?
Finian unconscious body.
Ordwin's just gonna kind of stand in his tracks and look like in disbelief. Did the lion get him?
I'm gonna look. So I have a feeling I know what spell that was out of character, because there's only 2 that fit the bill for that. Can I just roll like Arcana to see if I know in character?
Well, technically it was a spell I made,
Oh,
But
shit,
you
well,
can.
never mind then. Oh, okay.
but you can.
Okay. Nope.
You have no idea. You've never heard of a spell that does this.
Bro, that's fucking nice, dude.
It's almost like the GM made it.
Oh no, he would have known it because it would be in the world. Just
Yeah.
he doesn't know it.
Yeah, because there are 2 spells that I know of that have a similar effect. I was just wondering if that was one of the 2. This is a custom spell, so I actually don't know.
Yeah,
Out of
it's
character, at least.
yeah. I use the Dungeon Master's Guide to build some spells.
Mhm.
It's true. I'm waiting for my level up so I can try something out.
Yeah, I sent him some spells specifically that were made for warlocks.
Oh
So-
boy.
So yeah,
Ordwin's just
What would you
kinda
guys
gonna
like
look
to do
over
now
at,
that you see this?
Baltimore and be like, so, Ellie, Baltimore, are y'all hungry?
Ellie nods.
I mean, there's not much you can do right now, is there?
Yeah. Baltimore's just gonna say, sure. We can try to pay their bill later. What is it that you 2 were trying to... No, that they were trying to, steal?
Well, steal? No. It was going on auction for hundreds of platinum.
What was going on auction?
A crystal. From what I could tell, there was no magic on it. It's a blood amethyst. Very valuable. I have no reason why he wanted it. He just told me that he needed to have it.
Oh, alright.
I know you didn't get inside. It was locked in a case. There was a lock on it as well. And yeah. Also, there's a very nice mask in there that apparently when you wear it, you can ask it anything and it'll tell you wisdom stuff.
Oh. That's peculiar.
I was interested in that. I might go check that out later.
Okay. When you say check it out, do you...
I
Please
plan
no.
on actually bidding because all the money that's made at this auction is going to the orphanage for the people that are stranded right now.
Oh shit? No, you shouldn't tell me
Exactly.
that. Oh.
All right.
Well,
So Finian's unconscious. He's going to like what, the infirmary, or is he going to like?
He's going to
as
jail.
well?
He's going to the same place.
So they're in the middle of
Hugh.
town.
Hugh, an unconscious and a cold-looking Finian is brought in and laid down inside the cell next to you.
Huh, this frozen statue looks familiar. Wait,
And
Finian?
and the guard, the town guard looks at you two and says, "Oh, your friend looks like a cool dude."
Yeah, he's pretty chill. Can we get some blankets up? Because I think he's a little bit too chill.
Did someone say chill touch the guard?
and chill.
Just double check.
All right. So, you two are going to eat somewhere?
I mean, we're gonna kind of have to like regroup ourselves and kind of figure out what it is we're gonna do.
Yeah.
we should regroup
Starting a
at
fight
the
in the middle
jail
of the
cell.
town with the town's guards really not gonna sit well with Levin, probably.
Well, first things first. While we walk and talk, go ahead and put on that headband, and you'll see what it does in an hour or so.
Oh shoot! I'm gonna take it from him, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on.
His brain's gonna explode.
Yeah. He gives you a nice looking headband. It's a nice brass with some crystals.
Ordman's gonna take out his notebook. I'll remember this.
Is that a good or bad remember?
This is a good remember.
Out of
Yeah, and
curiosity, how many bad remembers do I have in there?
I'd have to look, but I think it's like 3.
What?
I'm actually.
I'm
outside
pretty sure.
right now 'cause my
I'm pretty sure you're gonna
parents
get coal for Christmas from Orban for Christmas.
All
Yeah.
right.
guys have
And if
company
you'd
over
like
there,
to,
so-
Ordwin, you can roll Arcana.
I can't right now. I'm outside. They have company over there eating dinner, and they're all being loud. So I was like, all right, I'll step out for them.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, the GM.
You want me
can
to roll it
for
for you then, or
Please.
okay? Ordwin.
And if I'm wearing it, is there already like some plus to intellect or something? Because I
Not
do have
yet.
that -4.
Yeah,
Okay.
it takes about an hour
You
to
have to
attune.
attune to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And with your Arcana roll, you have no idea.
I tell him then.
Frankly, he could have given you a bomb.
All right. You
I
can tell
trust
him.
Baltimore that much.
Oh, well, if you trust me, I'll let you see what happens then.
I do. Let it be
Okay.
a surprise.
All
Okay.
I'm still technically dumb.
So
Ooh, a shiny thing. I'm gonna put it on my head.
I'm guessing you guys are grabbing a bite to eat and going back to the guild hall.
Yeah.
It might be
All right.
better to talk in private at the restaurant. That way,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
more commotion and more talking and less chance to be overheard.
Ask Lix for a private room.
Do
Oh, yeah,
you
Lix
guys
is in there,
want
too.
Do you guys want a mind speak chat?
Just,
Yeah,
we can
but-
just say, yeah, we can just say whatever out loud real quick. I don't really mind.
Yeah, it's
All
fine.
right. Yeah. Okay. Well, you
I mean,
link
I've
up
already
with
told him-
Baltimore's mind, and you
I've
start
already
talking.
told him basically, I've already pretty much told you what it was
Yeah,
we were going to get.
Yeah, the gist of it.
The reason behind, I honestly have no idea. He just seemed like he wanted it, and based off of the person that we know of him, he's always seemed to want to take things that are valuable. So I'm guessing he wanted this for resale, for what I'm guessing. We tried to sneak in through the back. There was too many guards, so we went through the front. There was really no way to get it with 50-something people inside, so we decided to check the roof area, and from there, honestly, I don't know what went wrong. Next thing I know, Hugh's being taken out.
Well, judging by the fact that Finian was encased in ice, I would assume that they placed a trap on side of it. There are spells I'm familiar with that have similar effects, but well, tracing the exact one they placed on the box is beyond me. Honestly, our best bet would probably be to pay their bail. See how much it is.
Is that going to be able to get the spell off too? Are these gods even going to have the kind of?
I mean,
magic to reverse?
they won't kill him. I'd imagine not. They might like leave him in worse conditions than one might enjoy. But again, they won't kill him.
Do we let them wait through the night and hopefully maybe learn some kind of a lesson, or do we try to get them?
Yeah, well, I'll come back in the morning.
Orwin's just gonna kind of nod, like, yeah, I agree with this.
Yeah.
Mostly because he knows if we bail them out now, they're gonna try to go right back in.
Most likely. I do think it's important as well that I do think it's important that we let Lewin know, since we are representing the Adventurers Guild, and this might not reflect well on us. Also, Ordwin, could I run something past you? And this is going to be private.
Yeah, just shoot it in a DM.
Okay.
Okay, we can just make that chat. So,
I'm
There you
working
go.
on it. You got it?
Yep. All right. So, while you guys are doing that, Finian,
Yes.
it takes about 30 minutes before you wake up, and you're lying down in a bed of hay with a blanket
on him.
over you.
And he was just poking him with one of the straws.
Finian doesn't look too happy that he failed that mission.
He notices that Finian wakes up, and he gets close to Finian so that he can get to like whisper range. It's like, what happened? Why were you frozen?
Finian does like magical fingers.
So wait, are you telling me that there was a trap on the thing was locked and there was a trap on the lock?
Finian nods.
And you didn't think to do arcane first?
Finian rolls his eyes.
He like puts his hand on Finian's shoulder. Is like, coming from a thief, we always check every single option before we attempt. Now, me on the other hand, I didn't really check to see if the floorboard could handle my weight.
The guard's looking at a piece of paper as he's rocking in his chair.
He grabs like one of the straws and he looks at the guard and he tries to throw a straw at the guard.
Well, you throw a bit of hay, and you've tried throwing grass before, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that happened. You know how far it would go.
It's straw, so it's a little bit dried out, so it could fly a little bit more.
It doesn't. Personal experience, I can tell you.
Is there a pebble?
Yeah, you can find the pebble.
He was gonna look for a pebble so he can throw it at the guard.
D20 plus strength.
D20. So 13.
You throw a rock and it hits beside him, and he looks up at you. Are you sure you want to try that?
He waves at the guard. He's like, "Just come close. Just come closer."
Yeah, I can hear you fine from here. So
he was like, "All right. How you doing?"
I'm doing fine, as fine as one can be. Looking after a couple thieves.
He said, "Yeah. Do you are you the only guard that works here, or is there multiple guards that works here?"
Oh, there's multiple guards. I'm just posted here for now.
Ah, gotcha. Is there like a morning shift, night shift? Are you doing night shift right now?
Well, it's not the night yet. It's the evening.
He was nods and he's like, "So, how are you feeling?"
Well, afternoon. How am I feeling? Well,
like, do you have anything to get off your chest? Because we're gonna be here for a while, so you might as well. We might as well make conversation.
You know what? All right. Well, you see, my wife just left me.
Oh man!
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Yeah, there was this guy. He was one of my best friends, And
Whoa! Whose life left you? Wait.
And turns out that he was my best friend for a different reason.
Oh, I know those
my best
friends.
man at the wedding.
I know those people. Met quite a few on my travels.
Yeah, what about you? Thief's life normal for you?
Yeah. Actually, I was brought into the Thieves Guild when I was an orphan.
Ah, you're part of the guild.
Yeah.
I'd stay away from them if I were you.
I wish I could have, but as you can tell, I couldn't.
Well, it's not too late to turn your life around now.
Yeah.
You can always join the guard.
Actually, there was an idea where I did want to join the guard, but where I came from, the guards were very, very corrupted, and it put a really bad taste in my mouth. But the guards of Dunnock, though, you guys are pretty pretty cool, and you guys are actually not corrupted at all.
Well, there's always a bit of corruption. Just, you always have to keep an eye out for that stuff, and, well, we've had a few trouble guards.
Yeah, I know that, but where I came from, the guards were so corrupted to where a nobleman can literally pay a guard just to kill a child.
Big city?
Big city, huge corruption. Anybody could get away with anything if they had the money.
Florida?
No, more north of Florida.
Okay.
More like Texania.
Texania, huh?
Yeah, that place. Everything's bigger in Texania.
Yeah. I don't see why they have to make everything big, you know?
Tell me about it. I mean, they made their jail cells like humongous.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? They only put like one prisoner in a cell at a time, don't they?
And they have 10 of those gigantic cells.
Damn.
Like, literally, you could probably build a whole village inside of those cells.
So, does the short stack not talk much?
Him? The kid? Yeah, I think he took an oath, with his temple that, he would never talk. Truthfully,
well,
I think...
if only his temple taught him not to steal, you know?
I know, right? I still don't know what religion he's part of.
Well, it could... You did say temple, and looking at his robes, it's probably not a religion of some kind. Probably more of a philosophy.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I wonder what kind of philosophy it is, though.
Probably philosophy of not talking.
Hey, can you hear us? Or are you deaf too?
Finian just keeps under a blanket.
I think he's still pretty cold from his incident.
Yeah, and it seems like a couple people are really talking a lot somewhere in quiet. I always feel that someone's just talking in a way no one can hear, but everyone's around them.
Ah, gotcha. So I have a question for you.
Shoot.
And I've been in jail before, and this is always a question I always ask. Do you know, by any chance, how much is my bail?
Well, considering you were just sneaking around that building, let me check the paper.
Take your time. I'm here all day.
Yeah.
Oh, you just got jokes.
Your bail's only 500 gold.
Ah, gotcha. Understood.
Now this one over here, he was kind of trying to steal something pretty valuable.
Yeah, what's up with that? I still don't understand why he was trying to steal that.
Friend of yours, I'm guessing?
Acquaintance. I met him on the road, and apparently we're at the same place at the same time.
Well, he might need to spend a bit of time here unless you got a good amount of gold.
Probably like a platinum, maybe.
No, quite a bit more than a platinum.
Really? Interesting.
One platinum's only 10 gold, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're right. Well, I'll let you get back to your reading.
Yeah, there's this. It's just a story about this weird conversation between two people. Two
Really?
friends. Yeah. It's pretty
Well-
boring.
Well, I hope you find out where your quote unquote best friend went to, and I hope you give him a piece of your mind.
I think I'm. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I should just leave them be, because there's no good coming in revenge,
Yeah, I
Finian shakes
understand
his
that.
head no and points to him, and then
What?
does a whole get over here kind of
Like,
motion, points to him and then points to from him to myself, kind of like
no.
we can work something out.
How about no?
he looks at Phineas and says, "These guys aren't corrupted as Texanians."
I tried to
So,
gesture
short one.
the whole
You've been caught for this kind of stuff before?
Finian shrugs.
Is that a yes or a no?
Finian shakes his head no.
Okay. Well, how do you like your first time?
Finian squints and still tries to push towards the whole revenge.
Right. Well, do you guys want something to read?
He was like, "Actually, yes. That would be very, very nice of you."
Yeah, you want a copy of the paper or something else?
I already read the paper today. I would like to read something new or different.
Let me take a look. He pulls out a drawer. Oh, I've got this story about a lusty Dragonian maid.
He was like, "I'm interested. Let me read it."
He takes the book and slides it across the ground to you.
And he picks it up and says, "Thank you." And he goes to
enjoy.
He goes sit down and he's going to read the book.
How about you, short one?
Finian shrugs.
You want the paper?
Finian nods.
He slides a newspaper over to you.
Finian picks it up and takes a look at it.
Yeah, you take a look at it, and it's talking about some of the events of the town and the country at large. Some farmers have been losing sheep, and they don't know what's going on. Some of them find their sheep in other farmers' pens. And there's a war coming. Apparently, a few towns have already been attacked. But they were just smaller towns. And so all the cities and towns are starting to prepare defenses.
All that's really on Finian's mind right now is trying to figure out how he can get that crystal.
Oh, you naughty, naughty maid.
All right. So, what about you two over there?
We're kind of finishing up our meal, and I'm gonna go ahead and pay the check, and just kind of give Baltimore like a a friendly, like not like a hug, but like a tap on the shoulder, you know.
Oh yeah, no, Baltimore's giving you a hug.
Oh. Orderman's just gonna embrace the hug, and I guess we'll make our way back over to the Adventurers Guild hall. And Ellie's
All right.
probably looking at us like, "What the hell's going on?"
I'll inform her of what we talked about as well.
You guys are pretty quiet.
It's always good to be quiet when there's not much to say.
they just stare at each other throughout the whole
I'll look
dinner.
down. I'll look down to Ellie and I'll just be like, I forgot. You haven't been made aware of his telepathic abilities.
With mind link, I'm just gonna shh in Ellie's head.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm going to inform her of everything we just discussed in that little thingamabobber.
Oh. You really?
Yeah, I think it's about time.
Where the heck is Eliza in all of this?
That's a good question.
She's blacksmithing. She has a job, guys.
Oh yeah, she's
Right,
working a lot
okay.
9 to 5. Yeah.
She's making, what's it called? The steel she's making?
Magic Steel.
Oh, she made some Damascus.
Oh,
Damascus, that's right.
Yeah, it's basically just metal that's been folded a lot of times.
Pretty strong, Damascus.
Yeah.
Well, what about the two in the jail?
Oh, yep. I intended to I have a plan for that. And I'm gonna look to Ordwin. We should probably go find out their bail. I'd imagine Hugh won't be too much, but I'm not too sure about Finian.
Yeah, do you want me to walk Ellie back and you can go handle that?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So I'll head back to the hall with Ellie.
All right, you head back to the hall with Ellie.
You've
And Baltimore, where were you heading?
I'll head over to the prison house.
You head over to the prison house and walk inside, and you see a guard just rocking in a chair, reading a paper.
Excuse me, sir. Moment of your time.
Yeah, what's up?
Your two most recent convicts. Could I ask about them? Just.
Oh yeah, that one right over there. He's a really nice dude. He really should just join the guard, you know, get out of that life. And this other one, he's very quiet.
I was actually curious about their bail, if I could.
Ah, right. I believe I said that he's only 500, was it?
Okay.
Yeah, you said 500 gold.
And for the small one, well, considering what he was trying to steal, it's quite a bit more. It'll be 10,000 for him.
Alright, that's a sizable chunk, but I'm gonna make a mental note of that.
Well, are you gonna pay, or you gonna leave him overnight?
Oh, give me 1 sec.
Would you like to draw a card from this deck?
No, this is going in a vault. Here, could I? And I'm gonna whisper you something real quick.
I didn't put nothing away. It's still in there for you.
Alright, well I know you all... Nope.
It was good. Very good.
1 sec, I gotta mute.
I don't know if I like the chicken or the pork.
He stands up because he just finished the book, and he motions to the guard, "Hey, you can have your book back."
All right, so you two do see a sack get handed over, and then he just says, "All right, well, you have a good day."
You as well, and I'm gonna leave.
And he goes back to reading.
He tries to motion to the guard that, hey, I'm done with my book.
Oh, you want volume 2?
Yeah, this is very interesting. Have you read it?
Oh yeah, I've read the whole thing. It's one of my favorites.
It's probably my favorite too now. Which, by the way, I never got to your name.
Oh, my name? Roderick.
Roderick?
Yeah, Roderick.
That's a pretty cool name.
Thank you. No one really says that about me.
I mean, I heard like Roger, Rod, Rodwin, but Roderick. That's a name I have never heard of.
Well, toss that one over, and I'll slide you over the other.
He tries to toss the book onto the desk so he doesn't hit the guard.
Well, D20 plus strength.
Oh gosh, I feel like I'm gonna hit him.
Fucking chuck it in his face.
13.
It's not bad.
You hit the edge of the desk, and then it falls down to the ground. And that's all right.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine, it's fine. He reaches down and grabs it, opens a drawer, puts it back, and pulls out another book and tosses it your way.
He catches it. Is that right? Thank you.
All right.
He sits back down.
He goes back to reading.
Yeah.
So, to the two free men, what are you currently doing?
I'm walking back to the guild house.
All right.
Ordwin's just kind of sitting in the common area, taking in everything.
All right. Yeah, you see a lot of people have already filed out and have set up tents in the open fields. Yeah, the hectic stuff. All the hectic bustle that just went on seems to be calming down a bit.
Oh, that's good to see.
And Baltimore, you head back into the guild hall.
Yep.
And yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Lewin about what was discussed with Ordwin.
11?
Well, Levin comes
11,
down
sorry.
to see you. Yes,
Hey.
I'm sure you're aware of what just was happening today. You want to go out and help me pass out some bedrolls?
Oh, some bedrolls. Oh,
yes.
yes, of course. I've got some time. And while we're out there, there's something I need to discuss with you.
Sure, but talk and work while we
Oh, yes, of course.
start grabbing some.
Yeah. You also notice that Baltimore, Ordwin, are you downstairs?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get up and walk over to give you guys a hand too.
Yeah, you also notice that Baltimore's picking up a lot more than he used to be. His noodle arms are covered with something. Some nice little gauntlets.
Yeah, some nice silvery golden gauntlets. And he seems to have a new chest piece on.
Mm-hmm. With a nice cloak.
All kinds of very nice stuff.
Oh, I tricked myself the fuck out.
Ordwin starts pointing
and
to
also,
his dang it. What was it? Not a set.
Oh
What'd you call
right.
it?
Oh right. The circlet. I mean the
Circlet.
headband.
Headband.
I
Thank
forgot.
you.
Oh yeah.
Your intelligence is now 19.
Ooh, it's one of those ones.
Make sure you keep a hold of what your intelligence actually is.
Yeah. On the options part of your sheet, you can actually add in like whatever it increases by. So I think your base intellect is 10 right now.
With the -4, it was
Yeah.
11.
Okay, so if you go into the options on the very far right, in the middle-ish is the attribute options. If you you can put in your intelligence, whatever will make it 19.
You put in a modifier to change it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on it. Okay, got it.
Yeah, just remember the
Let's see.
just remember the intelligence you're at without it.
I should be able to. I think it's 11 without it, and then I'm at 19 with.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, your intelligence is currently 19.
Ordwin just feels smarter.
How do you feel with the new headband on, my friend?
Oh, so much better. Did you know that I made a lion earlier? And then he kind of looks at Levin and then back to Baltimore. Never mind, Levin, you didn't hear that.
I did.
All right.
You also notice that Ellie has something new on her waist belt. A new dagger.
So out of character, he did already tell me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
the
didn't
entire
know
shop.
that.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Alright, but yeah.
Is there a name for the headband so I can just write it down?
A headband of intellect.
Yep. And so, you guys spend the rest of your time handing out bedrolls to people as Baltimore, you start talking to Levin about your plans. Well, I am sorry to hear this then.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. But I do.
Are you sure the
appreciate-
adventuring life isn't for you at all?
Eh,
You could run a another guild in another city.
I might consider the idea one day. For now, my goal is complete. I've got enough wealth to retire with, so I'll keep up on. I'll try out the retired life for now, and if it gets a little bit too dull for me, then I'll consider it coming back.
All right. Well, he hands you a stone.
Oh,
You take this with you, and if you ever need my help, just give me a call.
all right then, my friend. I appreciate it.
Baltimore about to be a guild master?
Now let's finish with all this.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's gonna make
And
fairy tale.
yeah.
All right. So the rest of the day goes by. You guys finish up. Hugh and Finian, you're still left in the cells.
I'm on volume 3 now.
No, you're on volume 4 now.
Oh.
Yeah, this writer kept writing.
Yeah, this Argonian definitely needs God.
Dragonborn.
What?
It's a Dragonborn, not Argonian.
You said the lusty Argonian maid.
I said, lusty Dragonborn made.
I'm pretty sure you said Argonian.
I said Dragonborn.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah.
We'll watch back the VOD.
Yeah. And I
You'll
bet
see.
you said Argonian.
Nope. Well,
It's a maid of some sort.
the next day rolls around, and about midday, Hugh, you and Finian are led out by Roderick. All right. Well, your time's up, and your bail's been paid.
Is it really? I thought Finian's bail was really high.
Oh yeah, this rich guy came in yesterday, and he paid both of your bails. Just said to leave you in for the night, though.
He was interesting. Do you know what he looked like?
Well, you should remember him. He was the guy in the cloak and those gauntlets that was in here.
Oh, sorry, no, I was too busy reading about the lusty Argonian maid.
Dragonborn.
Sorry, my eyes are really bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, You're both free to go.
He walks up to the guard and he like holds out his hand to shake his hand.
And he shakes your hand back. Yeah,
It-
and if you ever want to borrow more of the volumes, just come see me.
Yeah, and I just want to say, 10 out of 10. You were the best guard.
Well, thank you. And hopefully you consider joining the guard.
Kissing that booty.
Hey, I mean he likes sensual things, but I mean he doesn't judge.
Wow.
So and then Hugh hands back the volume 4, and yeah, if you see me again, I'll probably read more.
All right, I'll have volume 5 ready.
All right, you have a good time, a good day.
All right.
Time to find my
And-
priestess.
Hugh and Finian, you guys head out into the now empty market square. It's back to what it was before.
Oh, the day is good. Time to go stealing. I'm kidding. It doesn't say that out loud.
So do I get all my hit points back, I guess?
Yes, you had a rest.
Get it? Arrested.
Yeah, so Finian wants to figure out where obviously he missed out on the auction, so he now needs to find out where that crystal went to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the auction's over, right?
Oh yeah, it just went on last night.
Oh boy, here I go stealing again.
So, Baltimore and Ordwin, what are you doing in the morning?
Bro, I'm fucking gone.
You're already gone?
Yep.
Oh, what,
All right.
did he go into a mansion?
All right, so Ordwin, what are you doing? You wake up, Baltimore's nowhere to be found.
Ordwin's just gonna keep laying down. Like
Alright.
Ordwin's in a bad way right now. He's unsure about how he feels about Baltimore leaving, so he's just kind of laying.
All right. So, Hugh and Finian, you make your way back to the guild hall. And what would you like to do?
First of all, he opens up the door and it says, "Dad, I'm home."
Ordwin, you hear this.
He took a few drinks before he came back to the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, but is Ordwin dad or is he yelling for Levin?
He just said dad.
Did he yell dad or Ordwin?
He said dad.
He yelled dad. And Finian, what about you?
Finian just walks upstairs,
Dude.
checks all who's there.
Well, you
Looks
look
for
around.
Ordwin.
You go up and you find Ordwin in his room.
Blinks at Ordwin.
Hey, Finian. Is Hugh back too?
Finian nods.
Maybe we should all head downstairs.
You hear a loud crash. It's Hugh. He fell over.
I'm hoping
All right.
that loud crash happened when you said, "Is Hugh here?"
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Finian blinks.
And we're gonna end it off here.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. That was a great stream. Fortunately, everything didn't go to plan, but, you know, rolls are rolls, and I guess we'll pick it
And,
up next time.
They need to fix their floorboards.